I'm going to tell you an anecdote. This is a true story. You can research. This is what I'm going to tell you really happened. And it's about the dangers of politicizing something that's not political. For example, Stephen Colbert has the host of the Late Show that used to be David Letterman's show, and he has made it into all political. It's always anti-Trump, anti-Republican. It's all politics, and because of that, I don't watch the show. I don't watch it because I don't want to hear about Trump all the time. I want to listen to comedy. I want to watch when my comedians are on. I don't watch Stephen Colbert, and Jimmy Kimmel is too political. Jimmy Fallon can be political sometimes, and they're often wrong. So there was a website called dig.com. It still exists, digg.com. And you've heard of liking, I like this, the like button. They're the ones that started it. It was called digging. You dig something or you bury it. And if you dig it, it means you like it. And it would raise it, and whoever got the most digs would be the #1 story on the webpage. And every day, 5 out of 10, there would be top 10, 5 out of 10 stories would be awesome to read. And for example, there would be a guy who would say, if you dig this, I will add a dot to my screen. And they were moving dots. And every time he got a dig, he added another dot. And as he got hundreds and hundreds and thousands, it painted a picture that was moving. And I don't remember what it was, but it's a cool thing. That's a cool idea that somebody had. And they would do things like, okay, come to this website, and there would be viral videos, and there would be like, come to this website and engage in this activity. It was always something really unique and really original. And then Barack Obama announced he was running for president. And then Dig became a political platform where every news story was about Barack Obama, and about how Republicans are bad and how liberals are good and Democrats are good and how only Barack Obama is good and everything else is bad. So those who don't want to read about how Barack Obama is a god stopped going to the website. And Dig lost all of their viewers. They weren't the #1 website, but they were probably top 10, top 20. They were up there. Then they went out of business, and they sold their website for $50,000, which may have been a multi-million-dollar website before that. It literally was one of the most popular websites on the internet. And now they handpick. You cannot, as a user, like a video and make it popular. They handpick the videos. They're all viral videos. There's your handful of anti-Trump, but it's not all anti-Trump. You might see 1 or 2 a day. And I watch them, and the videos are interesting, but it wasn't as good as it used to be. So we lost that great, amazing website because of politics. I'm going to give you some examples of some of the things that I read on Dig when Barack Obama was campaigning for president. One person posted, "Republicans are so stupid. There's an easy way to fix unemployment. Tell Republican businesses just hire people." And I was like, that's the dumbest idea that I've heard today. Because guess what? People don't just hire people. They hire people if you're going to do work for them and earn them a return on at least the amount they're paying you. They're not going to just hire you because they want to lower unemployment. So that was one of the dumb things that was posted. It was like a child had written it. It had to have been written by a child. So the site became really dumb. You can't, I guarantee you, you cannot come with 10 unique articles every day about why Obama is so great. You can't do it. It's not possible. So it was filled with just idiocy. Or it would be like a question for Republicans. Please explain to me, how am I supposed to get health care if I don't have it? And it'd be like, who cares? What happened to the viral videos? That's your user base. That's why we came here. You shut the site down by doing that. And it can happen to any website. It can happen to Twitter. Twitter and YouTube are going through phases where they're shutting down people's accounts for popular people. And they're going to get to the point where those people are going to open up accounts on competing websites. And what happens is Twitter, I remember when Twitter started, and I was like, this is a stupid website. Why would anybody, hey, I want the ability to post a one-sentence message on a website. Why would anybody want to do that? And at the time, Twitter sucked. It was not worth using at the time. It's like, hey, you can post a one-sentence message on our website, and you would see, hi, how's everybody doing? You know, that would be what it was like. So then Twitter became famous because celebrities started using it, and I was like, wow, you can now hear what your favorite celebrity wants to say. Twitter created the market for, it's not a press release, but it's similar to a press release. It's for communication directly from a person who is popular to people, to his fans. It's basically what it is. It's like a little mini newswire, because you're making little press releases that your followers are able to read, but there's, of course, that limitation. They created the website. They became popular. They created the market, and they created the business model for their competitors. Without Twitter, they have no competitors, because their competitors did not come up with the idea and may not have ever been successful. Like I said, the first Twitter was really stupid enough that I didn't give it a passing glance. Other websites are going to open up. The conservative website where you can say all lives matter without having your account closed. And they're going to one day compete with Twitter. Guess what? Pepsi did it to Coke. Pepsi was at the point of bankruptcy. Coke was beating Pepsi until they came up with this crazy idea, which was the Coke Pepsi taste test. And based on those commercials, people started drinking Pepsi, and this was in the 1970s. And the reason why it was cool was because you could do the taste test in your town. They would literally come to your town, put a can of Coke and a can of Pepsi, and there was a lemon under the desk that I saw. And they would ask you to drink, and which one do you like better? And everybody picked Pepsi. Maybe they put the lemon in. I never saw them do it, but I saw the lemon, and it was cut. I saw it under the desk because I had walked behind me. It was at the State Fair. You could walk wherever you wanted. And they were at the end of their booth. It wasn't a booth, it was a desk, like a student desk from an elementary school. So they did the big taste test and the Taste Pepsi Challenge, maybe they called it, and people started drinking Pepsi. Coke had won every year up until then, and finally Pepsi had overtaken Coke. Coke created the market that allowed their competitors to build the product, and their competitors did not have to take the risk of educating the consumer to use the product. That's what Twitter is doing, and when they disallow users, they're going to go to another website. They're going to start a competing site. If Twitter were smart, they would start the conservative Twitter themselves and say, hey, if we ban you, come over here, say what you want. We won't ban you. I believe it's censorship. I don't believe they should have done it. I do believe that people should have the right to classify information and say, well, this is Netflix does it. This is what other people this is what you like, and this is what other people that you know also like, so you're probably going to like this too. That would have been a better system. But punishing people closing accounts, if you don't like what somebody says, don't read it. That's what they used to say for TV. If you don't like it, it used to be TV. You're offended by a TV show. Now you're offended by Twitter. Now you're offended by YouTube. When I was a kid, it was, you're offended by a TV show. And all the adults would say, if you don't like it, change the channel. And that was it. There was no take the channel off the air. There was no take the show off the air. It was, if you don't like it, change the channel, and that's what we did. Well, I, of course, watched the show because I'm not offended by anything. Okay, I'm offended by some things. So, I don't remember what the subject of the video was. But I guess we'll leave it at that. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.